Hello again, fight fans. Welcome to the latest edition of Spartyka Inside the Wire, where we take an in-depth look at today's Hampton Roads mixed martial arts athletes as they compete at their shot at SFL Gold. Brought to you by the Barrel Room. I'm Shane Graham, joined here by the owner, founder, and all things Spartyka, Mr. Jimmy Spartyka. How you doing this evening, Jimmy?
Doing well, Shane. How you doing?
This has been an awesome 2015. Awesome evening as well, but 2015 has been an amazing year for Spartyka. We see the banner everywhere. It's popping up more and more places. We see the Spartyka t-shirts. We know a little bit about Spartyka. We know we have a fight league, some t-shirts, 5Ks, but what exactly is Spartyka?
Spartyka's been around for about 7 years, and we started off as a clothing line with the Wounded Warrior race. And we got into fights back in 2010, so it's been about 5 years now that we've been doing fights. So our focus is on supporting the modern-day warrior, apparel for the modern-day warrior. Our nonprofit focuses on the modern-day warrior. We're excited that our 8th annual Spartyka Wounded Warrior 5K, the first event that we've ever hosted, coming up on our 8th annual. It's going to be March 26th down at the ocean front. We're trying to get as many people out there as we can for that event. It supports Wounded Warriors. It supports our nonprofit.
Yeah, and speaking of Wounded Warriors, you're an active duty military veteran. I'm a veteran as well, and a lot of the things that Spartyka does, they do for the veterans.
Yep.
Namely the Spartyka Foundation.
Yep. So Spartyka Foundation is new. We kicked that off a little over a year ago, and one of the programs that we have under the Spartyka Foundation nonprofit right now is the N22 program. Teamed up with Bill Chacon. He's an Army veteran. His son was active duty in the Army, and we lost him a couple years ago. And right now we're losing 22 vets a day, so we're really trying to raise a ton of awareness for the N22 program and really bring a lot of just a big spotlight on the amount of service members we're losing every day to suicide. Yeah,
22 members a day is 22 too many as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, definitely. And we've got a ton of fundraisers. We've got Bill. He's going to be taking off in 2016, riding across the country, raising awareness. He's going to be riding his motorcycle across the country. He's got another guy, David. He was also in the Army, active duty, attempted suicide a couple of times, wasn't successful, thankfully. Him and Bill have become really good friends over the years. Those guys are going to be going across the country, raising awareness, talking about N22, talking about how it's affecting not just the service members, but the families. You know, the families have to live with that after these guys are gone.
Yeah, and that is a really huge impact. And we'd like to take you to a video now of Mr. Bill Ciccone, more on his project with N22.
At 9:20 in the morning, we got a text. And I went to my phone and I looked at it, and there was 2 texts there. And one said, I love you. And then the second one said, thank you for raising me. I hope you both go on to live long and happy lives. Texted back, tried calling him, and she got a 4th text, and that 4th text said, bye, Mom. We told ourselves, something has to be done. So we're right around the country. We're gonna have these different stops throughout this great land, so we can get in front of them service members and we can tell them, from my perspective as a father, and from David's perspective as a vet, so we can bring awareness to it and try to bring these numbers down. It takes all of us.
Welcome back, fight fans. Hope you enjoyed your break. A classic case of Army versus Navy. 56-year-old Sergeant Major Clark Wright, retired Special Forces, against the U.S. Navy's very own James Hurley.
Yep. This was a great fight. I mean, it went 3 rounds. We've had Clark Wright out here 3 summers in a row. The guy emailed me back in 2013. The subject line was oldest, fattest MMA fighter. This was a bucket list thing that he wanted to do. Travels in from Colorado to fight for us. He had 30 years in the Army, Command Sergeant Major, Special Forces, and this guy is just an animal, and we're going to have him in the upcoming card in January.
And one thing that you didn't mention, 56 years old, ladies and gentlemen.
56 years old.
Clark Wright and James Hurley. Shane, I know I'm not the only one who's excited for this fight.
Oh, I'll tell you what, and you heard the crowd going bananas for Clark Wright.
He's really become a fan favorite. Both of these men, veterans of the Spartacus cage.
Oh, yeah, both men veterans of the Spartacus cage, and both men veterans of the U.S. military as well.
Yeah.
James Hurley, active duty United States Navy sailor. Clark Wright, of course, a sergeant major. He used to be a special forces operator. Definitely a one-of-a-kind guy. I believe he's like in his 60s, if I'm not mistaken.
50s.
50s, I'm sorry. Yeah, but it's still, that's amazing. I mean, I haven't even began to broach my 50s yet, and I couldn't imagine competing at the level that this guy is competing at.
He's in the very rare company of only one other man, and his name is Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah.
Beautiful takedown by Clark Wright. Of course, James Hurley, no slouch off his back.
Oh, yeah. James Hurley definitely knows what he's doing. This isn't his first time off his back. Coming from an amazing camp from Higher Vision Studios under the tutelage of Tom Poe. Nice leg kick landed by Hurley on the inside. Clark with a nice leg kick to answer. Both fighters staying in the pocket and swinging.
Tell you, these guys are not afraid to trade blows.
Yeah, absolutely not. And this is what the crowd loves to see, too. Nice takedown by Clark Wright again.
Back up to his feet.
Referee Stacy
has disagreed with quite a few calls Stacy's made tonight. And let us both, as people who know the sport, me being someone who's competed in it, you as someone who's watched it for years, both say that every decision that she has made tonight has been
absolutely
the way she should make it.
And Stacy is a true veteran of the sport. She's you know,
Virginia's first women's professional MMA fighter.
Absolutely, yeah.
The bottom line is sometimes, as great as the fans are, they can be too critical at the wrong times, and they don't know what they're talking about.
Absolutely, and that's why we have the referee inside of the cage. She has a much closer eye and a better vantage as to what's going on.
Yeah, and the fans need to be paying the referee much, much more respect than they are.
But we're paying our fighters inside of the cage much respect. They're not seeming to pay each other much respect. Trading blows. Clark Wright with James Hurley up against the cage.
Both fighters doing fantastically so far.
Clark Wright looking for another takedown, grinding away on Hurley. Lands a beautiful knee.
Right to the midsection. Clark Wright landed a good shot.
Beautiful right down the center. Put Hurley back on his heels, but
Hurley lands a shot right there.
Hurley's definitely pressing the action here in this third and final round. I think he sees that Clark Wright is a little bit winded, but that's still, Clark Wright is a very, very dangerous individual, winded or not. That man has got dynamite in his hands. And a chin of granite. Yeah, you can tell both men are very fatigued right now. Not a whole lot on their punches anymore. They're not engaging like they were.
Nice straight down the middle by Hurley.
Beautiful left uppercut and an overhand right by Clark Wright. Just misses with that. Wow, this is still anybody's fight.
How about that? The crowd showing their love for Sergeant Major Clark Wright.
Yeah, definitely a fan favorite here in the building of the Ted Constant Convocation Center. Yep. Sergeant Major Clark Wright trying to work on James Hurley up against the fence.
I'll tell you, I think the crowd had a good effect on Clark right there, too.
Absolutely, yeah. Clark almost successful with that takedown. Still grinding on Hurley up against the cage. Yeah, this is still anybody's fight. I would hate to be a judge in this matter right here. I mean, I know I've said that several times this evening, Kevin, but I'll tell you what. I think this is probably the closest fight that we've had on the card this evening.
It very well may be, and we've had quite a few close fights tonight.
Absolutely. Ten seconds of the third and final round.
Clark pushing for one more takedown. Doesn't quite get it, but we will now be going to the judges' scorecards.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of hard-fought action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Our judges score this contest 30-27, Wright. 29-28, Hurley. And 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Sergeant Major Clark Wright. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Spartyka Fight League is live at the Ted Constant Center in Norfolk, Friday, January 29th. Come watch the hottest mixed martial arts action in the region as top MMA athletes compete for their shot at SFL glory. Tickets on sale now at SpartykaFightLeague.com or at the Ted Constant box office. It's fight time!
Barrel Room, 437 Granby Street, Norfolk, where everything's better from the barrel.
Would you like to advertise on Spartyka Inside the Wire on Sky 4 TV? Call us now at 757-382-0004.
Welcome back, fight fans. Spartyka Inside the Wire, brought to you by the Barrel Room. For those of you who have been to a Spartyka event before, you have seen that we like to pay tribute to somebody who has made the ultimate of sacrifices to our country.
That's right, and at this last event, we presented a flag to Megan Thomas, and her brother was a part of SEAL Team 6. He was killed in action, and we've got a short little video right now of Colin Thomas and us paying tribute to him.
Welcome back, fight fans, to Spartyka Inside the Wire, brought to you by the Barrel Room in Norfolk. The 155-pound weight division in the SFL lightweight division is a stacked division, and last event was no exception to that rule right there, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, the 155-pound division is such a popular division. So right now, we've got a vacant title, and at the last event, we had 4 fighters competing in a tournament style. We're going to take the 2 winners. They're going to fight in January, and they're now going to end up being the new 155 champion.
So we are going to be crowning a new 155-pound champion. Let's take a look back at some of the previous fights that got him to this spot. Our first of 2 155-pound tournament title contender fights. The winner of this fight is going to fight the winner of the next fight coming up between Damar Holloway and Damon Minor at the next SFL for the 155-pound belt. I'll tell you, they couldn't have come up with some better fights for these 2 contender fights, because both Paul Lumabao and Andreas Ensenales, both very well-known Spartyka fighters. And the same thing with Damar Holloway and Damon Minor. Both, as a matter of fact, all 4 of these guys that are competing for the #1 contender spot, all regulars here in the Spartyka Fight League. If you've seen any of our shows before, you see these guys are regulars, and these guys are definitely deserving of a shot. Ensenales working from the top position. In the full mount of Paul Lumabao. Fortunately, these are still 3 3-minute rounds, so they don't have as much time to work, so he has a little bit, time is a little bit more of the essence for Ensenales if he wants to finish this fight early. Taking the back of Lumabao is Ensenales. Looking to finish this fight. Referee TC is on top of the action. And that's going to do it. £155 weight class. Our second title contention match. The winner of this fight going to be fighting Andreas Ensenales, and the next Spartyka Fight League card for the 155-pound strap. Damar Holloway in the blue shorts, his opponent Damon the Bull Minor in the black shorts. Both fighters very skilled, very crafty. Both fighters regular veterans here inside of the Spartyka cage. Beautiful shot and takedown from Damon the Bull Minor. And Holloway back up to his feet, but down he goes again, courtesy of the Bull. Wow, what a jockey for position that was right there. Damon Minor coming out a little bit ahead, taking the back of DeMar Holloway. He's got his arm around the neck. Looking for the choke is the bull. Referee Stacy Dolby watching very closely. This could be it. Beautiful defense from DeMar Holloway. But that's going to do it. Damon the Bull Minor is victorious. We'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Spartyka Fight League is live at the Ted Constant Center in Norfolk, Friday, January 29th. Come watch the hottest mixed martial arts action in the region as top MMA athletes compete for their shot at SFL glory. Tickets on sale now at SpartykaFightLeague.com or at the Ted Constant box office. It's fight time!
Barrel Room, 437 Granby Street, Norfolk, where everything's better from the barrel.
Would you like to advertise on Spartyka Inside the Wire on Sky 4 TV? Call us now at 757-382-0004.
Welcome back, fight fans, to Spartyka Inside the Wire, brought to you by the Barrel Room in Norfolk. I'm Shane Graham, joined by Jimmy Partica of All Things Spartyka. 2015 was an amazing year, and the Fight League was no exception. Our Fight of the Year candidate was none other than Mitch Aguiar.
That's right. Our last main event was hands down the best bout that we've ever had. It was Mitch Aguiar against Dave Collins, and we're going to go ahead and show you that clip right now, and you'll see why it was Fight of the Year.
Against the cage. Colin's definitely keeping the pressure on the champion. Beautiful knee with 10 seconds left in round number one. Mitch Aguilar looking for a takedown of his own to finish out the first round. And we're going to see a round number... More of the same clinch from David Collins, pressing the champion up against the cage. Both fighters still jockeying for position on the cage. Mitch definitely wants to create some space and drop some more of those bombs. Looks like he's going to get his wish. Aguilar unloading. Dropping some bombs is Mitch Aguilar. David Colin shooting in for a takedown, wants none of that. Aguilar with the vicious elbows, making him pay for that takedown attempt is Mitch Aguilar. Looking for a choke, and Mitch has done it! Wow! Mitch Aguilar is still the champion! Wow! I'm gonna go make this official.
Barrel Room, 437 Granby Street, Norfolk, where everything's better from the barrel.
Welcome back, fight fans, to Spartyka Inside the Wire. We hope you've enjoyed the show this evening and all the fights and content that we provided you so far. I'm Shane Graham, joined by Jimmy Partica. We'll see you right here back inside of the cage next time, and it's Spartyka 22, January 29th. It's a Friday night fights at the Norfolk Constant Convocation Center.
That's right. Here's some footage from our last event, SFL 21.
Nothing you say, nothing you do is gonna stop me. Break me down, tear me up, come on and make me bleed. It's gonna take a lot more than you'll ever have. Before you know it, you'll be laid out on your back. In the end, ripped to shreds, and I'll be standing over you. This is a war. I might be scarred and battle torn, but I don't run and hide. It's my pride that says stand up tall and fight. Fight, fight, fight. Never hold back, never a doubt, no hesitation. Throw the pitch, hit the switch, a transformation. So take a shot, take a number, take your